It has been a week of guns, gorillas, and romance on the CW shows, and the big question, did Arrow get a little too political? We're gonna super chat about it right now. Well, hey everyone, welcome to Super Chat. I'm your host, Jess, here at WCCB Charlotte CW, and we are joined by two guests today who you may recognize because they have been here before. We have Garrett Tishy, Paige Dula, thanks for being back.
You're welcome.
Lots of shows. We all have been catching up on, there's so much going on at CW this week.
Yeah, crazy week.
And you know, it's a little, the Supergirl episode with the Valentine's was a little off, but I feel like we've prolonged the holiday in a way, so it's been kind of fun. Garrett works for Hygge, and I said that right, but it's actually spelled Hygge. Yes, here in Charlotte. Tell us about Hygge. What is it?
Sure, it's a co-working space, so provide affordable, flexible workspace for people.
So can I just go work there? No.
You're more than welcome.
I'm gonna. And actually, I've been there for some of the what's it called, the classes. Skill pop classes. Yes. Nice. So if you're looking to take a fun class, maybe learn how to watercolor or photography, baking. I saw one for weaving, which made me think very much
sold out
of
instantly.
What? It's like Flight of the Conchords.
Crazy.
You know? I was like, I'm gonna sign up for weaving. I can't because it's sold out. And Paige works with genderlines.org. Tell us about what's going on.
Yeah, Genderlines, we're a local support group for transgender individuals, and lots been going on with HB2. We just recently had a nice community discussion with the mayor and one of the city council members, and went really well about what are our next steps in getting HB2 eradicated.
It's a hot button issue here in Charlotte, and we've lost a lot of our events because of it. So hopefully
we lost a lot of events, and I know the hospitality businesses here are definitely hurting from that.
They're hurting, and they're seeing those dollar signs float away from the city, and that's very frustrating. But everyone's welcome at Super Chat always. So hopefully we can get all figured out.
That's my escapism.
Escape here,
all the Super Chat stuff.
Yes, and the CW's been great with all the shows with representing everyone. So I like the CW for that.
Definitely.
The question of the week, we are going to get a little political though, because Arrow's episode last week was very heavily focused on gun laws, the gun debate. And my question for you, and this is funny because right before I had watched this episode, I was talking to our 10 p.m. anchor, Will Kennedy, about how we were saying, like, we like how some of the shows have political undertones, but sometimes you just want to go home and watch, like, Fraggle Rock or, like, like the Smurfs. I'm throwing way back. Yeah. But, you just maybe want to escape. So what do you think? Do you think that this episode, do you like when your shows have a political undertone?
So for me, and I think escapism is a big part of it. And I had messaged you too. I was kind of like, whoa, this episode's political.
Yeah.
And so for me, I'm fine with it. I think it fit into the mold of what's happening in the show. But it was heavy-handed and in the current political climate, like obviously saying something. So.
I would agree with what you said, heavy-handed. Like, I thought that they did a nice job with the episode, but I thought they had never done anything like that before, so it was kind of out of, like...
The tone was a little off for the show.
And plus, my criticism with the whole episode in general is it's such a violent show. Like, the week before, he blew up a helicopter or something. Somebody was clearly flying the helicopter, and
it did just feel dark.
It did.
From the moment the guy walks in to the mayor's place and just starts lighting the place up was a little like, whoa, this is...
It was an interesting choice. I wonder why they felt they needed to address it. How do you feel about political comments and shows?
I mean, I like a little bit of commentary, but I like when it's done more subversively, kind of like an undercurrent. Like in Supergirl, you've got all the aliens, which kind of harkens back to immigration and that type of thing.
Exactly.
So I like it when it's done like that better than when it's like you said, it was very heavy-handed and really in your face. You couldn't get away from it.
Exactly. I mean, and Supergirl's doing a great job with that of addressing a lot of current political issues without being on the nose about it, without saying this episode is about gun laws,
and they even needed a special disclaimer at the beginning, like this is rated differently because of the violence.
Right, And honestly, I didn't think it was that, it's just because they're maybe using a gun and maybe there's something with the rules, but really, Arrow's a violent show.
Very violent. It's never been shot with guns before.
Right.
Especially with the thugs that are in there.
Yes.
Even to have Arrow point a rifle at the guy hanging upside down. Like there were just moments where I was like, this feels different.
Yeah. And I don't, maybe I'm wrong, but has the character Oliver Queen ever like pointed an arrow at or a gun at anyone? And I just hadn't, it seemed kind of jarring because I hadn't seen it.
It was even, it caught me even because it was upside down. So it was a moment when I was like, what's going on? I'm like really focused in on that. And then there's a lot of that this episode.
It was. I thought it was well acted. And we were talking a little bit about before when the show started right now that each character represented a type of group, like a type of vibe of like Felicity was like, we're not having this conversation now or ever. And everybody kind of took a stance, which was interesting. But people weighed in on Facebook and Instagram. I asked for the question of the week what people's thoughts were. The Last Skywalker on Instagram said, Arrow handled this gun control issue beautifully. It was used to finally give backstory to Renee, and it never beat you over the head with an opinion. And they liked how they did not say what the answer is at the end. There was no like conclusion. So they said, yes, more episodes like this, please. AK Stark said, the director and producer are obviously in tune with the times and the audience. Bo Duke said it's a balance with the escapism plus the political mix. But you have to insert plot in there. So he was kind of for it as long as there's a balance. Then on Facebook, my favorite is Russell said, some subtlety would be nice. So, I mean, that's true. It was, like we said, very heavy-handed. So there's a lot of opinions out there. I don't think anyone was like anti the episode, but it was just kind of like it was talker, which is great. Hey, maybe if they're just trying to get people to watch,
Yeah, and the backstory was great. To see Renee's backstory.
More
that was
flashbacks
my favorite.
that are other characters.
Yes,
that's what I would go for. That was probably one of my favorite parts.
Exactly. That is one of the points I wanted to bring up. Is so far, Team Arrow. We don't care, right? Like until these last couple of episodes when we learned a lot more about Renee this episode, and it really made you have an emotional connection to him. But have they started doing that too late in the season?
Well, later than I would like.
Yeah.
I mean, I would like to see some more backstory up front, at least little snippets, little vignettes to kind of get the feel.
It was. I've thrown them away the whole season. I've pretty much been like Team Arrow annoys me, and they've had their moments, but.
Probably besides Diggle, we don't have much backstory on anybody.
Yeah, we don't. And
we Mr. Terrific a little bit there,
little bit. And I'd like to see, wasn't he an Olympic fencer?
Yeah.
Like, let's see some of that action in there. And still, okay, I asked this last week, but does Mr. Terrific need a new costume?
Yeah, and I always have a logistics problem. How does he get his hair back and then the big T on his face?
Right, that's what I
like
asked.
that.
There was
I can't get dressed in 20 minutes, much less.
One of the kids said the Flash must do it.
Yeah.
Well, at some point, I think, was it 2 episodes ago, they started talking about him like focusing on what his strengths are. So I thought it was him like, maybe they're going to stop putting him in costume because it is kind of ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. It's not terrific. The fair play leather jacket is cool. Like I kind of want that on this jacket. Yeah. But the hair and it's the combo between he quickly gets his hair done and then he quickly gets it's not even a mask. It's face paint. And how does that help? I mean, I guess the hair would maybe help tie it back, but the mask, no. Come on, redo. Maybe in season 6 they'll redo because it is coming back for season 6. Did you guys notice the part in the episode where they had Felicity? They had asked Felicity a question and she was trying to figure it out on the computer, and they zoomed in on that hard drive that she was given by her little mini Felicity in the previous couple episodes. What's going on? Do you think with the hard drive, the dark web, if you will? We don't know yet, right?
I don't know. Yeah.
So a mystery remains. I wonder if we'll see something happen with Felicity's character.
Yeah, I wonder if she's going to get a little more back to her roots, because before she was kind of like this dark hacker kind of person. So,
but I think at some point, and maybe this is with this whole talk of Arrow doing less and being more, use like you saw him act as the mayor and stop the violence. Is this where we're going to see Felicity have the power and potential to do things outside of their little bubble?
Yeah,
which could be cool.
That would be cool. Yeah. I would like to see her. She maybe not physically as much power, but the smarts to really do something. I really hope they're not going to do this is Arrow addressing the Russian hacking situation.
Oh.
What if all the rest of Arrow this season was just we're going to address another issue tonight?
Yeah.
Well, it could be. You never know. But that, I wonder. She was caught and she looked guilty, and I was curious.
So they'll find out, she hacked and made it so that, Ollie won
Ollie
the
won the
mayor.
election.
Won the election.
Yes, and did you notice how, not Felicity, Speedy kept digging on his girl? And I think, raise your hand if you agree with Speedy's assessment of his new girlfriend. She's a blah. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
Definitely.
No one likes her. Why doesn't he see that? He has weird taste in girls.
He's never hit the nail on the head there. So.
Yeah. I mean, and also, please don't date the new Black Canary, because keep it out of the family, is how I feel. It's amazing how well they all function, considering Ollie and Felicity, then Ollie killing Felicity's boyfriend. I don't know. I know it's a show, and they have to kind of swiftly go over things. How do you feel about the new Black Canary?
I like her.
So far, I like her. I like her better than I never liked Laurel in that role. Never, ever. It's just, I don't know. You suspend disbelief when you get into these shows, but it was just a little much to take in her getting all those skills.
And I think that this girl seems to have a little bit more of a natural attitude that works.
Naturally badass. Whereas Laurel was just like, you're not this bad.
I would get annoyed. I was like, we could play, not that I condone a drinking game, but like a drinking your water game. With every time that Laurel would cross her arms like this. And that was her one go-to thing. Although Katie Cassidy is great, and I really like her. I like her playing Black Siren better, but I just felt she was better as Laurel Lance, not Black Canary.
Yeah.
Maybe. And I liked Sarah Lance, but I think I'm liking this new one even more than Sarah Lance. Yeah. Supergirl this week was just all about Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
A week after.
That was pretty much it. It was a
whatever.
Fluff episode.
It was a fluff episode, but I thought it had some fun light moments and a lot of character development. And we were talking about how there's an article on BuzzFeed that it was Supergirl's considered one of the most politically progressive shows right now. And we were talking about how they're better at handling things subtly than like overtly saying in your face, well, this is a lesbian couple, they should be accepted. They just show it, and I think that's kind of nice. How did you feel about Mon-El and Kara getting together?
I don't know. I don't really like them as a couple. I like them just being foils off of each other, like the old show Moonlighting, way back when. They're better when they're at each other than as a couple.
Well, it started as a very brother-sister.
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely a bit of that in the
That's
beginning.
just how all good romances start, like bros. I don't know. I think that I don't think you have to ship everybody.
No.
I don't know why maybe the show's doing that for the tween viewers or something.
Yeah, they like to pair them up.
Maybe, I don't know, but they're cute. And they're both super, so good for them. I mean, they have that in common. And I like kind of that it's an opposites attract kind of thing, because he's kind of the playboy and she's a goody-goody two-shoes. But I think leave it. It didn't work with James Olsen. Just leave it.
Inevitable plot point.
Yep.
This will implode at some point, and
it will implode. Okay, so how do you know how to say the Mr. Mitzelplick? I can't. I won't be able to say it ever. We're gonna throw it away.
Yeah, Mixie. He was a totally just a pointless plot line to just kind of loosely thread the.
That's how I felt. Her face right there about him. Nope. I'm just not feeling it. Yeah. But it did give for some funny scenes.
It was fun. And a call out to Hamilton, no less.
Yes,
which was pretty cool.
I know. Yeah. And the one cool thing for that actor is he got to put on the super suit.
Yeah, he did.
That was pretty cool for him. That was probably the highlight of his day.
Yeah, and one little thing they slid in too, when at the Fortress of Solitude after they had that little battle and she finally tricked him. He called her a nasty woman, which cracked me up.
I missed that.
Yeah, he totally slid that in there. Yeah.
See, that's what I love.
They're good
obviously,
at that.
whoever was writing these shows, they're savvy. They know what's happening. And I love the little jokes. The Flash was full of that this week. The Flash was on Gorillas, I call it Gorilla Islands, Gorilla City. Gorilla City in the heart of cold Africa, which I think it's because they had to shoot in New Vancouver. Yeah. So they're like, hey, on this Earth.
This is why you can see our breath now.
Yes. Although I'd love to visit a nice, cool. I'm hot always. Where was winter? If you're watching this live streaming and you're not local, Charlotte, NC did not have winter, and I'm sad. I'm hot. But Kong was not king in this episode. The group outsmarted them. How did you feel about just all the CGI of the Gorilla Grodd and Salivar in general?
Yeah.
I thought it looked good.
I thought they did a really good job. I mean, considering they're on a TV budget and everything, they do a really great job with the special effects.
Yes.
But can they get some baddies that don't begin with S?
Right? I was like, Salivar's like Savitar's like, and I'm assuming that's from the comics, right?
Yeah,
so, but I was like, Salivar sounds very much like another thing. Yeah, so Savitar. I thought Grodd was fun. It was cool to see that character back in the voice. It was, you know what I was most excited to see was Harry. Tom Cavanaugh.
Yeah. Tom Cavanaugh has got to be having a blast. I mean, how many characters has he actually played? I mean, he played.
Many.
He played Evil Wells, Sketchy Wells.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah,
I love Sketchy
Hipster Wells.
Hipster Wells, French Wells.
Now Grodd.
Which is such a kind of a cool way to probably skirt the budget a bit. And have Grodd act as other people, which is kind of cool.
Like, Tom, you have to play like 8 parts now. But he probably has a blast doing a show. I don't know if you get tired of a character or what. I'm not an actor, but he gets to play so many.
And even at the end, watching them talk to each other, you're just like, this guy's having way too much fun.
I thought that HR had a really stellar episode. It makes you want to go to Earth 19. They seem to be in a good mood. What did he say from Earth 19? Oh, I'm sorry I took the smile from your face, is something he said when he hugged Jesse at the beginning. And I was like, oh.
Yeah, some of the sayings they come up with.
I know. It's cute. And I like that character. He's not my favorite iteration, but one of my favorite. I do like the first season, that character.
I think he's the first fully good one.
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
I hope.
I hope
too. I mean, we thought maybe there was something up with him for a few different times, and I think it's been a few red herrings. But still, we have seen that in that Iris death scene, he's up with a gun on top of the roof, which I assume is part of the team, but we don't know for sure.
Yeah.
We don't know for sure. Now, do you think that they're gonna? How do you think the Iris death is gonna play out? What is your theory?
I mean, I think they're going to dodge it. I don't know how yet, but I think they are going to dodge it.
Do you think Julian will sacrifice himself?
Oh God.
That's a good possibility.
Now we do.
I mean, the way he dove into the whole, Gorilla City thing, like, Planet of the Apes, is that where we're going?
Yeah. Is he kind of like the Eddie of this season? Is there always going to be the one blonde dude that they're going to sacrifice? Because like Jay Garrick.
He may as well wear a red shirt. He's toast. Yeah.
But maybe now with Jesse coming, so now they have a third speedster on the team.
Yeah.
Oh, can you imagine sacrificing?
She seems like an easy.
She might be fodder too.
Yeah.
And that's how Wally chose off the deep end.
And maybe she'll help Wally save the day now.
Ooh,
there's so many things that could happen. But Tom Felton's character Julian was pretty funny this episode, and apparently he was in the movie Planet of the Apes, which I did not know. The remake.
Oh yeah, that's right, he was.
Andy the director mentioned that, so that's why he kept saying all those Planet of the Apes jokes, which is funny for Tom Felton as an actor. But I really love him on the show. I don't want him to leave. There were some not leaked, it's on Rick Cosnan's Instagram of pictures of him at the set. So our long lost Eddie, do you think that he will, so he's obviously back there. Do you think he's going to be returning as a flashback, or is he back? Because he was just kind of, we don't know really what happened to him.
I wonder if there's at some point they enlist the help of some of the old baddies to help with the Iris story.
They could.
Yeah.
I wonder if maybe Eddie was lost in the Speed Force or something, and they get him back.
Well, it's hard to tell because over on Legends, I know we weren't going to touch on that too much, but they kind of call back to the fact that the guy's still having to run around back and forth all the time because his death is catching up with him because of Eddie being dead.
Right.
So Bard's constantly running.
Yeah.
So Eddie is, at least from that portion of the universe, is still dead.
Yes, but that's how they can maybe tie it in.
Maybe they can bring him back.
They keep all these loose ends on the show.
They do.
And that's going to be exhausting because that's a season 1 plant that they can be like, we can maybe do something with it.
Yeah. And because of the multiverse, there's no shortage of let's just bring this character back in some way, shape,
bring
or
the
form.
Earth 4 version over and be done with it.
Which is, it's like, I like it, but they can't use that gimmick too much.
Yeah.
It gets a little gimmicky at times. But I thought that this was a really cute episode with a lot of really good moments for Wally West and the way that he interacted with Jesse. I would say that Kenan Lonsdale is one of the best actors on this show. I mean, they're all very strong, but he's so funny the way that he portrays being Kid Flash, and he has kind of that innocence and enthusiasm for it. Now, what do you predict for these two little lovebirds? She's going to stick around on Earth 1.
Yeah, I mean, I see the relationship develop, and then of course there's going to be something probably at the end of the season to cause them to split, or some type of cliffhanger there.
I know, it's sad, but like that's one couple. Well, here's the thing: I root for Wally. I don't love Jesse Quick. I'm not really attached to her, but I want him to be happy. I was thinking about this when I was watching the show. Okay, if we do the math, essentially Wally has only been known to the West family for a year at this point. They're pretty close. Like, I mean, the way that they banter is like they've always known him, especially him and Iris.
Sure.
Do you think that's realistic, or do you think it's just the situation is that they all have to work so closely together?
I think it's situational. That they all work closely together. I mean, they all kind of come off like a family as it is.
They do.
They really do.
Yeah, because there never seems to be, the underlying tension is gone that he had with, maybe it's just because he has his speedster powers and he's like a happy
But they
teen
still
without a
treat him
car.
like the little kid and like, no, you can't use your powers. You got to stay back here.
Yeah.
I think they're getting away from that a little bit.
A little bit.
Yes.
So.
He's
They
getting
did
more
this last
responsible.
episode. It's like, hey, you have to take care of the city while we're away in Gorilla City.
Which was a big step. But it was funny how Iris was like talking crap about him, like, I'll tell him what to do, and Joe's like, he's right here, he can hear you. Yeah. There were some really good light moments. And I tell you, I don't know if the production coordinates with the dark episode like Arrows last week to have a nice light Flash and a light Supergirl was helpful. With the Flash, did you catch this line in there? Barry did say, and I thought this had a lot to do with our question of the week. He said, intelligence and violence are opposites of each other.
Yeah,
he said that
I
to
caught that line.
I wonder if they called up the Arrow staff and were like, we see that you've written this. We're going to say this is our Flash response.
Yeah.
I was curious.
I can imagine they're all somewhat on the same page.
I think they actually work in the same
I'm sure
building.
That was on purpose.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I really want to go to Vancouver and check it out.
I know, it'd be a fun behind the scenes thing to do.
All the CW shows are shot there except for a couple in Atlanta, I think.
Yeah.
It would be fun to go check it out. I thought that this episode was a really fun one, but I'm afraid for what will happen next week. Although it's really cool, the CGI is like a mini movie. We see at the end of the episode that now Grodd has taken control of Gypsy, and she can open portals to the other world. So it's fitting into that Iris will die timeline, an attack on. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think it's going to play, despite their best efforts to make it not, it will play out exactly like it was meant to? Or do you think they're creating that future?
I think it would be awesome if they actually did. I mean, as much as I like the character and everything, I think it would be a huge step if they actually killed her off.
Yeah.
I mean, because not a lot of the hero shows actually go that far, especially a show as light as The Flash is. It would have that much more punch.
And she's pretty integral to all of it, but they may very well be creating the future.
Yeah.
Thinking that they're changing headlines.
Exactly. That's what I'm kind of wondering, is all their effort actually just in vain? They creating their own fate.
And it just becomes a lesson at some point. But we've already seen Barry toy with the past to change the future. So.
Yeah. Well, first of all, Iris is taking this whole impending death thing quite well. Just chillaxing.
Yeah, she's doing better. I mean, why not go to like Panama or something like that and just go hang out for a while?
I guess she wants to spend time with her friend, but I'd be like, well, let's all. Here's the thing: if Iris is not in Central City, if she was in Panama, like hanging out, having a Mai Tai, then maybe she wouldn't. He would have to come get her. I don't know. That's
that wouldn't make for good TV, though.
No,
it wouldn't. No, so the rest of the season is just, I'm going to Cancun. It is National Margarita Day, everyone. Well, I think we should wrap it up and go. No, I'm kidding. I would, though. We can go watch old episodes of Arrow with Laurel Lance.
When that horrible Ollie wig.
I know. The flashbacks are too much on the show.
Well, thankfully they're over because they're catching up.
Yes, so I'm wondering what they'll do next year.
Yeah, they said next year no flashbacks.
No flashbacks.
And possibly flash forward.
Oh. Interesting. Oh, can they stop just flashing though? And what's his hair gonna be then? Like, let's not. Just leave. Stephen Amell does not have the type of hair that's very versatile. It seems to be very spiky. Just let it be. The poor wig department. They didn't win any awards for that. I'm curious to see how the Flash will play out next week and how it'll kind of set things up for. There aren't a lot of episodes left. We have a bunch of episodes in March. April is pretty much all repeats, and then there's the finale. I think mid-May is when they typically have them. So. We're winding down these seasons, and we still, what I wanted to bring up was from Supergirl. We will have some fun flashes from the past come back. In my past, did you watch Adventures of Lois and Clark?
Yes, yeah, definitely.
Me too.
Yeah.
So Terry Hatcher will be on as a villain, but Dean Cain is on again next week.
Oh, cool.
I love Dean Cain. I hope that they're on together, but she's not in this preview, but check out the trailer for next week's Supergirl.
Cadmus changed me. They tried to break me.
Oh my God.
It's good to be back.
Why is no one questioning this? Wynn found something.
A big something.
What? You're either part of the family or you're not.
It's over. Not yet, but it will be soon.
Kaboom. Supergirl, all new this Monday at 8, 7 Central on the CW.
Pretty dark.
Yeah. Dark, but it's a pretty dark Supergirl episode. I want Dean Cain to be Cyborg Superman. Yeah. So if somehow that happens because he's mysterious, how he's acting, he's back, we don't know why. So I would love to see that. Yeah. And I'd like to see how Wynn's new little interplanetary relationship plays out. I think that's really cute. Yeah. So stay tuned for Supergirl. Tonight, 8 o'clock is Arrow, and then after that is The 100, and then make sure you catch Riverdale tomorrow. I've been loving Riverdale. It's creepy.
I haven't had a chance to check it out yet.
It's good. Yeah. Make sure you check it out, cwtv.com, or you can watch it at WCCBcharlotte.com too. We link to it. Thanks for super chatting with me today.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having me.
And we will be back here next week, Wednesday at 3:30. Thanks everyone for watching. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.